Welcome back to GameVault HQ. Today we're diving deep into one of the most ambitious and innovative games of the early 2000s, Black and White. Developed by Lionhead Studios under the visionary guidance of Peter Molyneux, this 2001 release is a seminal God game that pushed the boundaries of AI and player interaction. Let's explore its development, gameplay, and lasting impact in detail. Black and White began its development journey in 1998, spearheaded by Peter Molyneux and his team at Lionhead Studios. The game was conceived as a spiritual successor to Molyneux's earlier work on Populous and Dungeon Keeper. The core idea was to create a game where players could experience the omnipotence of a god, influencing and interacting with the world in unprecedented ways. This vision required a sophisticated AI system and a highly interactive environment, leading to a development process that spanned over 3 years. Lionhead Studios aimed to blend elements from various genres, including strategy, simulation, and role-playing, to create a sandbox experience where players' actions determine their moral alignment, good or evil. This ambitious goal set the stage for the innovative gameplay mechanics that would define Black and White. The initial concept meetings were filled with ambitious ideas. Molyneux wanted players to feel the true power of a god, not just through direct actions, but also through subtle influences over their followers. This required a deep AI system that could simulate independent thought and learning, a challenge that the team was eager to tackle. They drew inspiration from real-world psychology and behavior models, aiming to create creatures that could learn, adapt, and even surprise the players. At the heart of Black and White is the concept of moral alignment. Players take on the role of a god in the world of Eden, where their actions, whether benevolent or malevolent, shape their followers' perceptions and the game's outcome. This duality is visually represented through the transformation of your creature and the environment. The game features a unique creature system where players select and train a giant animal that acts as their avatar. Starting with a choice between an ape, a tiger, or a cow, the creature learns from the player's actions through a reinforcement learning system. Positive behaviors are encouraged with strokes, while negative behaviors are discouraged with slaps. This system allows for deep, personalized interaction as the creature evolves based on the player's teachings. The creatures in Black and White are a central element, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. For instance, apes are intelligent and proficient at learning, but lack strength, while tigers are strong but learn slowly. The game uses Michael Bratman's belief, desire, intention model to simulate the creature's learning and decision-making processes, making them feel alive and responsive to the player's commands. The game's interface is equally innovative, utilizing gesture-based controls to cast miracles and interact with the world. Players can perform acts of godly power, such as summoning rain or throwing fireballs, directly affecting their followers and enemies. This intuitive system, while praised for its creativity, was sometimes criticized for being imprecise during intense gameplay. Black and White also includes various miracles you can perform, from throwing fireballs to creating rain, which you can use to influence the villagers and battle other gods. The interface is notable for its gesture-based controls, which, while innovative, were sometimes criticized for being fiddly and imprecise. The narrative of Black and White is both epic and engaging. The player begins on an island as a newly created god, brought into existence by the prayers of a desperate family whose child you save from drowning. This act of salvation leads you to their village, setting the stage for your journey to gain followers and power. As you progress, you encounter other gods, most notably Nemesis, a malevolent deity who seeks to dominate the world. The game is structured around a series of islands, each presenting unique challenges and opportunities to demonstrate your divine power. Your creature, which can be a lion, bear, or sheep, grows and evolves with you, learning new abilities and responding to your moral choices. The story unfolds through various quests and missions, where you must balance your divine intervention with the autonomy of your followers. The game's narrative depth is enhanced by its alignment system, where your actions directly impact the world around you, making every decision critical. One of the most memorable aspects of the narrative is the interaction with other gods. These encounters are not just battles, but moral challenges that test the player's choices. Nemesis, the main antagonist, is a constant reminder of the darker path one can take. His actions and the destruction he causes serve as a stark contrast to the benevolent path, making the player's journey not just a quest for power, but a philosophical exploration of good versus evil. Creating Black and White was a Herculean task for Lionhead Studios. The team faced numerous challenges in implementing the complex AI and interactive systems. One of the most significant innovations was the Creature AI, which used a combination of belief, desire, and intention models to simulate learning and decision-making processes. This AI allowed the creature to develop unique personalities and behaviors based on player interaction, making each playthrough distinct. Lionhead Studios also incorporated real-time weather effects into the game, further enhancing the immersive experience. This feature enabled players to experience dynamic environmental changes, adding another layer of depth to the gameplay. Additionally, the game included multiplayer modes, allowing players to compete or cooperate with others online, further expanding its replayability. The development process was so intense that the team often worked through the night, and weekends became a rarity. This dedication highlights the passion and commitment of the Lionhead Studios team. The Creature AI was particularly groundbreaking. The belief, desire, intention model was used to create creatures that could form goals and intentions based on their desires and the player's teachings. This system allowed for a high degree of autonomy, making the creatures feel alive and responsive. They could learn complex behaviors, such as harvesting resources or defending villages, and their personalities evolved based on the player's interactions. The game's real-time weather system was another significant innovation. Lionhead Studios collaborated with meteorological experts to create a system that could simulate various weather conditions, affecting the gameplay in realistic ways. For instance, rain could nourish crops, while storms could damage buildings and demoralize villagers. This dynamic environment added another layer of strategy, requiring players to adapt their actions to the changing weather. Upon its release, Black and White received widespread acclaim for its innovative design and ambitious scope. Critics praised the game's visuals, AI, and the moral alignment system, which provided a unique and engaging experience. However, some players noted that the game's ambitious nature led to occasional gameplay issues, such as repetitive tasks and AI quirks. Despite these criticisms, Black and White has left an indelible mark on the gaming industry. Its influence can be seen in later games that explore themes of morality and player choice, such as Fable and The Witcher. The game's innovative approach to AI and player interaction has inspired countless developers to push the boundaries of what is possible in video games. Black and White remains a beloved classic, celebrated for its creativity and the boldness of its design. It challenged players to think about their actions and their consequences in a way that few games had done before. Whether you played as a benevolent god or a vengeful deity, the experiences and stories that emerged from Black and White are what make it a timeless entry in gaming history. The game's legacy is evident in its continued influence on game design. Many modern titles incorporate moral choice systems and AI-driven characters, building on the foundation laid by Black and White. The game's success also paved the way for Lionhead Studios' future projects, including the highly acclaimed Fable series, which further explored themes of morality and player choice. Interesting facts and trivia add to the game's rich history. For instance, on April 1st, the game features an Easter egg, where your creature leaves smiley face footprints instead of regular ones. This playful detail adds a touch of humor to the game. The development process was so intense that the team often worked through the night and weekends became a rarity. This dedication highlights the passion and commitment of the Lionhead Studios team. Although there were plans to release Black and White on the PlayStation, Dreamcast, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance, these versions were eventually canceled. These scrapped versions remain a curious footnote in the game's history. The creature's AI was based on Michael Bratman's belief, desire, intention model, allowing it to form goals and intentions based on its desires and the player's teachings. This sophisticated system was groundbreaking at the time and contributed significantly to the game's immersive experience. The game's influence extended beyond its immediate release, inspiring future titles like Fable and The Witcher. These games continued to explore themes of morality and player choice, building on the foundation that Black and White established. The development of Black and White was filled with interesting anecdotes and stories that highlight the creativity and challenges faced by the team. For instance, one of the most significant challenges was designing the creature AI. The team wanted the creatures to feel genuinely alive, capable of learning and adapting in realistic ways. This required extensive research into animal behavior and psychology, leading to the implementation of the belief, desire, and tension model. Another fascinating aspect of the development was the creation of the game's weather system. The team worked closely with meteorologists to simulate realistic weather patterns that would affect gameplay. This collaboration resulted in a dynamic environment where weather conditions could influence everything from crop growth to villager morale. This level of detail added a layer of realism and immersion that was rare for games at the time. The dedication of the Lionhead Studios team was also evident in their willingness to work long hours to achieve their vision. Developers often spent nights at the office, fueled by their passion for creating something truly unique. This intense work ethic was crucial in overcoming the technical challenges and bringing the ambitious project to life. Black and White not only influenced subsequent games, but also had a broader impact on the gaming industry. Its innovative approach to AI and player interaction set new standards for what games could achieve. The game's success demonstrated the potential for complex, emotionally engaging experiences in video games, paving the way for future titles that pushed the boundaries of storytelling and gameplay. The moral alignment system in Black and White inspired many developers to incorporate similar mechanics into their games. Titles like Mass Effect, The Witcher, and Fable all feature moral choices that affect the game's narrative and outcomes. This trend towards more dynamic and responsive storytelling can be traced back to the groundbreaking work done by Lionhead Studios on Black and White. Moreover, the game's success helped establish Lionhead Studios as a leading developer in the industry. This recognition allowed the studio to pursue other ambitious projects, including the Fable series, which further explored themes of morality and player choice. The studio's innovative approach to game design continued to influence the industry long after the release of Black and White. Black and White is more than just a game. It's a piece of interactive art that challenges the player's morality and creativity. It remains a landmark in the history of video games, celebrated for its creativity and the boldness of its design. It pushed the boundaries of what was possible in video games, influencing countless titles that followed. For those looking to revisit or discover this classic, it's worth diving back into the world of Eden to see where modern God games took their inspiration. Thank you for joining us on this journey through gaming history, and stay tuned for more deep dives and retrospectives here on GameVault HQ.